I first want to say how grateful I am for this opportunity. You know, from top to bottom, I think I tell people when they knew I was interested in this job, the synergy here is palpable. You think when you're on the outside looking in, competing against an Indiana franchise, you think you have an idea because you have an up close and personal look, or you hear certain things. But what can't be denied or mistaken is the feel you get when you walk in the office and you're talking to Rick or Tim, or just watching the people that have been here for so many years. And I'm not just talking about management, high-level positions. I joked earlier today, even the people that checked my bag for security, even the ushers, you know, this is a place that you want to be. And the feeling that I got up close and personal as a coach in Chicago, it's real, it's magnified. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to lead an organization that is so well respected by so many outside, even the competition. You know, I got phone calls and text messages from 7 of the 9 coaches in the WNBA. And granted, they're congratulating me, but the words that are coming from the mouths of coaches, agents, fans about this organization, it kept me up all night again. And part of being up at 4 o'clock in the morning is I'm anxious to get started, to take this franchise, keep it, no, take it to the next level. And the second face I saw was Tamika Catchings, you know, and I had an old colleague of mine said, you think you can talk Catchings out of retirement? You know, that's a compliment. That's a compliment. And I will say this, as a coach, I think Tamika Catchings is not arguably the greatest leader of all time in our game. And if someone wants to argue with me, I'll go toe to toe with them on that. So the byproduct of that is my point guard, who's sitting next to her, gets 8 years of that. I don't have to buy a book. I don't have to bring in a speaker. I don't have to fake it. That's real. And you know, being 3.5 hours away for so long, you see the transformation of that. You know, you see that. And it's one of those things where sometimes I didn't want Tamika to not play because I knew what was next. You could hear it, you could see it, you could feel it. So I'm excited about the legacy that she's created and left here. You know, a franchise that's a record 12 playoff appearances. You know, there's banners, you know, for conference championships. There's the brass, the rings. What's impressive to me are the cheeks and the seats, you know, the fan base. And I have to be honest, I thoroughly enjoyed playing here. I just hated the 3.5-hour bus ride back. It didn't go my way. You know, players are like, Coach, can I ever go home with my family? Sure, I don't want to see you. You know, but and I say that out of respect. And sometimes, you know, imitation is the best form of flattery. And part of that was I remember trying to build the team as a GM to beat Indiana, because there were some things in this culture that a scouting report didn't matter. You know, the grit. You know, I think sometimes that's an overused word, you know, the grit to persevere over a long period of time. But I think this organization, this team, this leadership from top to Kelly, to the bench boss, to the players, it's something they call plucky. You know, it's in that moment of adversity to overcome things, be it an injury, foul trouble, a slump, a poor officiating night. Can I get fined in a press conference? Just in that moment to be able to overcome those things, and it just became part of the way. I will tell you this, I'll talk a little bit of basketball, and then you guys will have some questions. I was smart enough to pay attention to Sue Gunner, and the reason she was able to have success in this profession is that she evolved with the game. She wasn't hard-headed to where we're going to do it my way, I don't care. And so there's that evolution process, which was passed on to me. Yeah, of course we all have this ideal way of what we want, how we want to play. I will say this, what's not broke in Indiana, I won't try to fix it. I could see a difference in the last 2 years with the pace of play being picked up here, you know, which is involving everyone. Always been a good half-court offensive team, you know, and it's something that I look forward to integrating some of the things that I think could take us to an even higher level. You know, I want to be top 3 defensively. And I could be wrong on this, but when we played you guys in September, I think we were about 5th or 6th. Okay, now some of that is product of the pace of our game changing, being a little bit faster, but some of those things, they're not going to change. Like I said earlier, I love the leadership that's here, not just with the point guard. I think about Orlando Larkins. You know, I can remember back in college, she played the 3 when I was recruiting her. No, seriously, she played the 3. And so she had to take that high post jumper. I'm just saying. But not just the basketball part, but I watched her evolution, her mind, her body, her voice. It wasn't just cheering, it was instructing. So that's a product of what I get to step into. We're talking about Marissa Coleman. She's a 7-year vet, you know, with a new lease on life. Part of that is her, part of that is the environment created by everyone here, and you see it. You know, an Indiana player, regardless, they're not going to stay in the slump. You know, they're going to work their way out of it, and in the process, the product is not going to suffer. So I'm excited about all of that. I won't worry with a lot of basketball stuff. We're going to pick up the pace. I think in order for us to get to number 3, top 3 defensively, easy stuff, because the grit, hard work, and knowledge is there. I talked about the first 4 steps, transition defense, and the last 4 seconds of the half-court offense. That's an area where I can look at the numbers, I can look at the team and video. We improved there. We're on our way to marrying some of that good basketball that's in the half-court, that's in transition, the mindset, the mentality, the expectations of getting us where we want to be.